What is up, you guys? Not a bad game. Not a bad game between the Philadelphia Eagles and Commanders. I early on it was like, are the Eagles gonna struggle? Are they gonna mess around and possibly lose this game? Like we've seen this year, they've been inconsistent at times, but they really started to turn up. They got the dub 29-18, and they needed it. They needed it, man. Like going into this game, people obviously still do have questions about the offense. I still have questions. But in my perspective, there's still a lot with this offense that needs to get figured out. Consistency still needs to be there. But they come into this game, and when they kept coming out in that empty set, I was like, okay, like I like this. I like this coming out in the empty set, just being pass heavy. I like it. Like I like when the Philadelphia Eagles come out and are aggressive with Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert. And I mean, even in this game, Jahan Dotson got in on the mix. Like, you hear people talk about Jalen and his passing. He is a good passer. Like, don't let them fool you. And I just love how they were very, very aggressive in that empty set. They kind of went away from it a little bit, but that first half, a lot of empty set. And I was like, dude, I love that. And I hope going forward they use that. So yeah, I mean, they got Saquon going. And if you can get Saquon going off 21 carries, 132 yards. I mean, that last carry right before the fight, right? Like, that's what we saw. That's what we watched from Saquon last year, right? When you get that with this offense and you get Saquon going like that, this offense is dangerous. It's just been a struggle this year. Like, it's just been a struggle. It's been super inconsistent. And then they get Tank. They get Tank Bigsby in on the mix. And dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm a Birds fan. You guys know that. Let me see. There we go. Let's show it. But yeah, man. In my opinion, am I tripping, other Birds fans? Or should we be giving Saquon like 60% of the carries and Tank Bigsby like 40%? Something like that, dude. Tank Bigsby, some of these runs whenever he comes in, I'm like, oh my God, like he's so tough. Like he is such a tough runner. Not that Saquon's not, but it's like, man, if you have two good backs, use them up. And we've seen that in games this year. When the Eagles are kind of getting run heavy, they throw in, Tank Bigsby along with Will Shipley. And then Saquon as a starter, But this was a good game for them down the stretch. And I mean, you're going to get a boost, right? You're going to get a boost if you're going up against Josh Johnson. And right when Josh Johnson came in, I was like, oh my hell. NFC Championship game flashbacks. I was like, Josh Johnson's going to make some mistakes in this game. And he did. It's just tough for the Washington Commanders. If you don't have Marcus Mariota in there, it's hard. And then on the other end of this Philadelphia Eagles team, the defense. And I honestly think that this defense is really starting to get in that playoff form. They really are giving me that vibe. Even, you ain't subscribed? Why you not subscribed? Come on. Don't be a hater. I know you ain't a hater. Be sure to subscribe and be sure to drop a like for your boy. All we do is talk football here. Come vibe with me. And be sure to follow my Instagram and drop any DMs in there asking a question about a team, topic of discussion, and we'll make a video on it. All right, let's get back to the video. The stretch with this offense being inconsistent. You watch them against Green Bay. You watch them against Detroit. I know they had some clunkers against the Giants and the Chicago Bears couldn't stop the run. But dude, you watch them against some of these tougher NFC opponents. Like I said, the Lions, Green Bay, hell, even the Chargers game, they're playing these teams tough, and it's not like it's easy for these teams to get yards on this defense. So I honestly think that Vic Fangio and this defense are really starting to turn up. The one thing that I think we, gonna need to watch is Nakobe Dean. I don't know how bad that hamstring injury is, but Nakobe Dean being in there, right? He's just a different type of guy on the defensive side. Compared to Jahad Campbell. He's just a much better run defender than Jahad Campbell at this point. Jahad Campbell, I don't know if you guys remember, but Nakobe Dean would sit out a lot, right? So Jahad Campbell sitting out, I don't see this as a bad thing, right? We just have a better linebacker and just wait and develop Jahad Campbell. But yeah, it's something that we're gonna have to watch with that Nakobe Dean injury because he is very, very crucial to this Philadelphia Eagles run defense. Ever since he's came back, it's gotten better, along with Nolan Smith setting those edges. So yeah, man, all around pretty good job by the Philadelphia Eagles. Commanders, they got some shit going. They got injuries and shit. But this is still a good win for the Eagles. The one thing is, dude, Jake Elliott, man, that's something that we're just gonna have to watch. I remember going into last season, going into the playoffs, a lot of people didn't have faith in Jake Elliott. I mean, Jake Elliott was struggling going into the playoffs, and he was perfect. So I don't know if that's the same result this upcoming postseason, but it is something to watch because field goals like that, missed field goals like that, 3, that's not good, right? So we're just gonna have to watch that. And then on the other end for the Washington Commanders, I mean, what more could you ask from them, man? They don't have Marcus Mariota. Jaden Daniels is already sitting out, right? Like, Deebo Samuel. We see Deebo Samuel make a play. We seen Terry McLaurin make a play. Finally, the wide receivers are a little bit healthy. But it's just tough against a defense like this. And this season really hasn't been going well for them anyway. And you kind of see it in this game. But you did see some positives, right? Like, you did see some positives. I see Bobby Wagner, old man Bobby Wagner, still making plays out there, which is just fun to watch. I remember him at Utah State a long time ago, man, but it's crazy that he's played this long. But, they have other good players, but that's Dan Quinn's side of the ball. You could tell they've kind of been struggling. They made some switches, but it's just not their year this year. It's just not. The offensive side of the ball, when Marcus Mariota was in, they weren't doing too bad, right? Like, they were running the ball decent. I was thinking going into this game, if there's any chance for the Washington Commanders to win this game, they're going to have to run the ball. And they were doing it pretty good, right? Like, they were doing it, like, solid. Like, what did Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt had? He had, like, 25 rushing yards. Rodriguez, 63. Early on, the rushing was working for them, and I'm like, that's how you could win them. That's how you could beat the Philadelphia Eagles, And then along with the big play from Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, and dude, it's crazy. It's nostalgic. Like, when you see Deebo Samuel get those screens and stuff like that, or short passes, and you see him take off and just like break a bunch of tackles, it's like, okay, dude, like, there's a lot of people that say he's washed, but like, I don't see a washed wide receiver. Yes, he obviously is not the same guy, but I'm like, bro, he's still out there, explosive as hell, tough as hell. So that was kind of crazy to see, but it's just hard against a team like this. No QB in, the Commanders, they do have things to look forward to in this upcoming season, but they got to get that roster right. You know what I mean? And Jaden Daniels' health is something that's going to be, he's been banged up this year. Some people said sophomore slump. I don't know if he had a sophomore slump, but times when he was in, it was inconsistent. You could see some inconsistency. So we'll see. We'll have to see what the Washington Commanders do in this offseason, but this is just a tough game for them to try and win, especially a Philadelphia Eagles team who is trying to get into the playoffs and get some consistency, right? And try to wrap up the NFC East Championship for the first time in 21 years, which is insane, and they did it today. But this is just a tough game for this Washington Commanders team. Tough matchup, man. Tough matchup. So, at this point for the Washington Commanders, you just got to look to the offseason, right? Got to look to the offseason, look and see how you're going to tweak this team to get better and compete in NFC East that is probably going to be pretty competitive this year. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know you have no idea who the Giants are going to be hiring, the Cowboys are going to be competitive probably. And then you have you guys along with the Philadelphia Eagles who just beat you. So just a tough game. I said it like 5 times. It's just a tough game for the Washington Commanders.